Hello, everybody, and welcome to episode 6 of the Team Venom Wrestling Podcast. I'm your host, Rory Bailey, joined by my co-host, tag partner in all ways, Connor Franks. How's it going, man?
It's good. It's good. Always, not always consensual, but that was the contract I
Blind tag.
had when the hot tag. That was in the contract when I joined Team Venom Media. Consensual tag teams or not, I have to come into these podcasts.
You literally verbally 3D'd everyone else.
Yeah, I literally did.
Between us. Yeah.
Yeah.
My favourite was still when we'd had that little bit of drama where Big D had been
Yeah.
lying about the frog, and then
Yeah.
like I realised it, and I said, "Oh yeah, well," and I said to the frog about it, and he was like, "Oh, my wife's still offended." And I don't care though, mate. So jog on.
Yep.
Remember, it's
I
still.
do.
Oh, so could have come back. Nah. Anyway, we're going to be talking about John Cena and his retirement run. But before we do, I know we don't really talk on recent things, but you mentioned something just before we started to record, so and I cut you off purely for the episode for this about WWE and TikTok. So what was that?
Yeah, so there's a community on TikTok known as Wrestle Talk, which are TikTokers whose content is purely wrestling based, right?
Yeah,
So if you uploaded these kind of clips frequently, you'd have to edit it so our videos are on top of each other, just like
yeah.
we often are. But then we would be part of Wrestle Talk, right? Now it's very common for these guys to do reactions, and what they have is they'll
Oh, a
react
WWE
to.
clip. I've seen stuff like that. Yeah,
Yeah, so it'll be like, 3 minutes of last night's Raw, and it's them reacting live to it on top, and it's like 3 minutes long, normally to the finish of the match or whatever it is, or important part of a promo.
hmm
Cool, scroll on to the next one, right? WWE has copyrighted all of these um creators, but because
cool.
their whole channels are essentially these reaction clips,
Yeah,
they've been hit with literally thousands of copyright claims in one go. So the main guy and the best reaction guy on there is called Santi Zap. He's on his second account or third account that got taken down. He was on nearly 800,000 followers,
yeah.
and his account banned for good like that.
Yeah.
Thankfully, he was smart. He's got a very good YouTube channel. He's got a thriving community in the Patreon, etc. But it was like instant like that, which is so strange because like when Punk returned,
Yeah.
do you remember they had the montage of everyone reacting to it?
Yeah. Yeah.
That was all the TikTok reaction people. So it's just so like weird.
Yeah.
I'm sure from a business perspective, no, we only want you looking here, but like we want you
It's
looking at our product, not these clips or whatever the case is.
but like with things like YouTube, for example, YouTube has that thing where if you use copyrighted music, you can't earn from the video because it goes to the copyright holder.
Yeah,
And I would guess that it's the same sort of thing with
no,
with the videos. No, I mean like that
not for
if
TikTok. They're
if
still
they had
earning
that
from those
permission, that then
reactions.
that yeah, but they don't have that permission. Then they
No,
yeah. But what
but
I'm
yeah,
saying, it's the same thing of if you use copyrighted music on YouTube that you're not going to get a penny from it because it's copyrighted.
yes,
And you see people on YouTube that use WWE clips and they try and get around it by reversing it or
yeah,
like
flipping it.
so it's been
Yeah,
mirrored, or they'll have it within another box with something else moving on the screen so that it doesn't get picked up
yeah.
by ban hammers and stuff. Thing is, it is copyrighted material anyway. It's a TV program.
It is, but I
I can
feel
see
like
why it's happening.
if almost a year ago, because they've been doing this for years, right? The TikTok
Yeah, yeah.
community.
Yeah,
If
it
a
should have
year ago,
absolutely been done
yeah,
almost straight away. Yeah,
if that's what I mean, if you had an issue with it, then surely you do it when it started and when it got popular. You certainly don't use the reactions from those videos to
yeah.
make a montage of oh my God for Punk's return because then you're seeing it like
But the
it
ownership's
wasn't it.
all changed, and it's a lot more.
I
It's owned by
suppose.
another company, and
Yeah, I guess so. I
it's
just
that
think
sort of thing.
it's I think it's because they're not showing full episodes, the videos are never more than it's rare the videos are
I
more
know.
than a minute long. And it's not like they're uploading 50 clips from Raw, right?
Yeah,
It's
yeah, no,
usually
I absolutely
it's a,
think that
it's
there's
about
better ways.
yeah, it's about 5 or 6 clips from Raw. You
Yeah,
know, a 2 hour show and they're showing 5 minutes of it.
yeah.
Not
But
even in a row.
on the
I
flip
un
side,
yeah.
when before TikTok was a thing, and obviously we're now hitting the point where our channel's on. I think this video, the clip of this episode when it goes onto YouTube will probably be like the 400th video that we've got public facing on there, which is pretty awesome. But at one point, I was doing like 5 minute recaps of Raw, SmackDown, pay per views, that sort of like years ago, and that was I didn't use any clips of WWE whatsoever for this very reason because you've got to expect this sort of thing. I
But
wouldn't go on here.
YouTube and TikTok are very different. That's the issue.
Mm,
On YouTube, if you put any clip of
yeah,
WWE, you're an idiot because it's
yeah,
gonna get attacked, right? But on TikTok, it's been like the WWE aren't under new ownership as of a week ago,
no, no.
right? I'm pretty sure when Punk came back,
It's definitely unfair to creators
it
because
is
of the
because
amount of stuff that's been on there for
it's like
ages and how long they've been doing it. So
TKO
completely
were
agree.
TKO were owners when they put the montage of all these reactions in there because
Yeah,
the reactions that they were showing, aside from I think they put the Gulholic Boys on there maybe and they
yeah. But
just
the
show their
people that were
face.
in charge have changed, haven't they? Because at that point it was a lot less board of
Corporate.
directors and a lot
Yeah,
more.
maybe. I
I
don't know.
mean,
It just feels from a creator standpoint, as a creator,
yeah, no,
um,
I think it's unfair.
yeah, I think they weren't taking money from you. They're not taking money. Like there isn't a paywall for people to watch their clips.
No,
It's on the app. I just think it's a bit dodgy, personally, in my
yeah,
opinion.
no, I agree. Anyway, John Cena.
Do-do-do-do.
So, topic of this week's episode is the last run of John Cena, which we know is happening next year in 2025. We know this
Ah,
sort of. Whoa,
no, I'm not ready for it, man. I'm not gonna sit here in a
we
John
know
Cena
it's
shirt.
happening. I'm not saying I'm
Yeah,
ready for it. I'm
no,
just,
I'm not gonna sit here in a John Cena shirt and hat and armbands, right, and pretend that I'm John Cena number one. Um, but Cena is literally, for the record, I was born in '96.
yeah.
I started watching wrestling with my granddad when I was 2 in late '98. Cena debuted in '02, so he is literally
Hmm.
being a part
Yeah,
of
yeah.
everything. And I don't think I'm ready for him to retire. I
No, no,
understand why
same.
he is, but I just think when, especially Mania, knowing it's the final Mania, I think
Yeah.
Mania and his actual final match, I may shed a tear. I'm not gonna lie.
Hmm.
I'm not ready for it.
I will liken it to, when Ric Flair retired.
Oh, so we'll see
That
Cena and TNA.
But yeah, no. But I mean, when they did the whole farewell to him
Oh,
and the
dude, I'm sorry.
WrestleMania,
I
the
love you.
whole.
I was bawling, bro.
I know, yeah, that's what I
I
mean.
was
That was
12
like
years old, surrounded by Kleenex, and this time they were on my face.
I was, yeah. Well, that was the point where I was hoping that like going into that, I wasn't ready for Ric Flair to retire and stuff, and obviously he wasn't because he still had a match last year, but
Oh,
some
no.
like 15 years later or whatever it's been. But yeah, it got to that point where like when that was happening, I was still thinking that they were going to do like a storyline thing where he could have won at Mania, and then Vince McMahon says, "Yeah, you proved me wrong. You don't have to retire." Do you know what I mean? Like, I was hoping that something like that would happen,
Yeah.
and instead it was, I'm sorry, I love you." Uh,
Yeah.
sad
So
times.
Cena.
So Cena, anyway. So for the format of this, we're going to pick 5 matches that we want to see. Yeah, that's what we're
Yeah.
going with.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. And by matches, we could include things like the Rumble. We could include a Cena War Games appearance if that's what one of us wants to say, or Survivor Series traditional thing, whatever. We everything across the board. But we'll talk deets of what we'd like to see. Um, we're not going to go for what we expect to see because honestly,
I think there's a
not
handful that
expecting anything. It's been as such. But
I think there's a small handful we're expecting. Like I think we're gonna get an Orton at some point. I think
yeah,
it'd be
I think we're going to
silly
get
if
an
we
Orton and
don't.
maybe a Punk
A
appearance.
Punk, I think we're gonna get a Rhea because the only with only two
Yeah,
real Rhea matches is the silly one where he became champ at the end of the night, and
yeah.
then there was one on SmackDown or maybe a SmackDown
Like no
pay-per-view
free or something. Yeah, yeah,
in the early 2000s, yeah. But over, yeah, because he did the short jokes when he was rapping.
yeah,
But I think, two veterans going at it, that'd be cool. Like the obvious ones, I'm personally not gonna mention. Obviously, I can't,
yeah,
go for you. Um, my first one, I would love to see John Cena and Trick Williams,
yeah.
purely for fan interaction.
Yeah, if he's doing 39 days, even if Trick's still on NXT at that point, put Cena on NXT, give him an NXT match, do it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Or have Cena do like a random appearance on a Raw, right? Or whatever it is, and do an open challenge.
yeah, yeah,
Just an open challenge like this. I might not have a title, but it's some I want a match. Just because then I feel like the crowd would go insane.
yeah,
They're gonna we're not gonna hit. I will be amazed if we hear even 5% of the audience Cena sucks or booing, right? In
yeah.
this run. I'll be amazed.
I think we'll get the Cena. I don't think we'll get the booze. I think we'll get the Cena sucks chance out of love.
Like the Kurt Angle, you suck.
Yes,
Yeah, yeah. But I think the crowd will go mad for that. And
I
then
think we'll get
trick
the dueling Let's Go Cena sucks thing. I think that's going
and
to
yeah.
absolutely happen.
Oh, well, to be honest, I can imagine the face to face. You know, when they do the thing where one looks one side of the crowd, the other looks the other. We're gonna
Yeah,
get "Let's Go Cena," whoop that trick. Like that'll
yeah,
be the
yes,
for the fanfare. Trick's great in the ring. Cena really works well with like really aerial and athletic guys like
yeah.
Styles and things like that. I think we're gonna get a good match. And yeah, I just like to see it. I'm a big Trick Williams fan, and I think it'd be very cool.
Okay, well, my first pick is also going along the lines of current brand champions. I'm going to go with Gunter. I think that'd be an amazing match. I think I think the potential for those two is so good. I think Gunther's the exact sort of opponent that would have made Cena look amazing during Cena's first ascension to the WWE title picture. And obviously different decades and ages and stuff. But like, I think if you had Gunther now versus Cena then, amazing main event.
I could see that match. I either Cena takes that title from Gunther,
Yeah,
or I could see that match going very Cena Brock
yeah,
because I don't think Cena's gonna come out of every single one of these matches looking super Cena,
yeah. No, no.
and I think
I could see him winning the world title, and I could see it being a two-match series where Cena will win it and then
and
lose it
then
to
drop
Gunther.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm. Okay, so
But I could see that with Orton
I've
as
got it
well.
right. So Cena, Gunther, sorry, successfully defends against Goldberg at Chamber or whenever, but Cena has won the Rumble. Gunther Cena Mania. Cena wins the world title. Raw after Mania, open challenge, outcomes Trick. Done.
Yeah, that'd be great.
And if I
That would be
predicted
great.
that, then I'm going to give myself so many pats on the back next year
Yeah, absolutely.
and on the lower front.
That's where I am also patting you.
But yeah, I think that would be like we've talked on on the last episode and probably a few before about Gunther and Goldberg, and yeah, I'm looking forward to that happening anyway. And I think Goldberg loses that. Cena winning the Rumble, getting the world title. I'd love to see that. And at the moment, there's no one else really that could win the Rumble with how the storylines are going, unless Roman Reigns does and we get Roman versus Cody again at Mania.
No, because surely we've got to be getting Rock Roman. Like we've
Yeah,
got to at this point because I feel like we're getting Bloodline v Bloodline at Survivor Series. I
Yeah.
feel like the whole payoff to this is gonna be like The Rock was behind Solo.
So
So that's
the whole thing of at the time of recording this is 1 week before release that we've recorded this, like exactly 1 week before. The Raw that's happened this week has had Sami Zayn trying to get Seth Rollins to join the OG Bloodlines team for Survivor Series because they need a fifth man.
yeah.
And since Solo had already said 5-on-5 on SmackDown, it's personally I think it's going to end up 4 versus 4, and this week's SmackDown and Raw might in the space of recording time might have confirmed that.
I can see
But
it
I can
being
see Rock
Seth.
and Seth.
Nah, nah, Rock ain't going in War Games.
He
It's
might do. He might be
it,
the final guy, the final boss.
I don't I
Although they
think
haven't
no.
hyped it enough. No.
That's what I mean. We're
Yeah.
not gonna get Rock and Roman against each other in the same ring in a War
But
Games.
is it
Eve,
Hikuleo or something? One of the Samoans that's been signed. I think he could
yeah,
join Solo's team and they get
I
the
think
big
they're gonna
dish.
go boring. I think we're gonna get Seth on the OG's team and Bronson Reed on Solos.
Yeah,
I'm
that
not
could
saying I
happen.
want that, but I think that's the way they're gonna go because it's an inter-thingy story and
You know
Bronson
what would
looks
be really
Samoan,
awesome?
so fuck it.
What would be really, really awesome? Kevin Owens on Team Solo and Randy Orton on the Team Reigns, where like both of them don't like the team that they're with, and they could absolutely turn on the teammates as well as still wanting to get the win.
And we'll have to
Anyway, Cena, sorry.
yeah, see. I think we've got to throw it out there now because we've mentioned it. We got two. Let's make it a trilogy, man. Cena Rock,
Yeah,
Cena Rock. I don't care who goes over. You can like it would have to be the Rock if they've not fought. Actually, no, because
that
Cena
could be
starts in
SummerSlam.
Cena starts in January. Mania. Roman could beat Rock at that Mania. So yeah, Rock hopefully has taken the loss at Mania to Roman by that point, which means the Rock can lose because he's already lost.
Yeah,
So I would like to see Cena Rock one more time
SummerSlam.
because it was once in
It's
a
two
lifetime.
nights.
Yes,
Makes
exactly.
sense.
Rock
It's
v
like the
Cena
main event is
3
night one,
once in
or
a lifetime.
yeah, and then it could still have the world title or the WWE title be the main
Yes.
event of the next night. And yeah,
Yeah. I just think for a fan's perspective, it's got to happen.
yeah, that was a very, very, very short pick. We didn't go off on any tangents. Well done.
I know.
Well
Look at
done
us.
us.
Yeah, yeah.
So my second pick is one that I just sort of I want to see it. If yeah, I do want to see it, and I don't know why, but I'd love to see Miz versus Cena again. As on a throwaway episode of Raw, not on a
Yeah,
pay-per-view
just
preview, just as
like a random
Cena's
match.
on Raw, open challenge, out comes the Miz, Cena just whoops him. I want to see. I love the Miz and everything, but I want to see Cena whoop him and win, and I think that should be one of Cena's easy wins on his retirement tour.
Nah, see, I wouldn't want it to be an easy win. I think Cena should definitely win, but the
Oh
last
no,
time
no, I
they,
mean as in one that like it's easy that the answer is him winning. I don't mean as in the
yeah,
match
yeah,
is
yeah,
easy.
yeah.
As in,
Just
like
'cause
when we were
I
saying
think,
about The
yeah.
Rock or Gunther and stuff, you're like, well, it could go either way. Miz, it's definitely Cena going over.
Yeah. Um, I think I wouldn't be surprised. And I know he said that he's officially done with in-ring competition, but I don't mean anything in the wrestling world, especially with the current owners and who's in charge. I think for a one night only open challenge, Kurt Angle.
Yeah,
I think it's
Kurt
the most,
wanted Cena as his last match.
yeah, but Vince wouldn't let him. He got Baron. I feel like Triple H could go, look, let's say he contacts him around now. Look, we want you and you versus Cena for his retirement run. One match. Get if you're willing to do it as money, get yourself in ring shape for a 15-minute match.
Would you do it as Cena's last match, considering it was his first match
No,
to
I
bookend it?
no, because with all due respect to Kurt, now he can still go, but I don't think it's last match material. I think Cena has to be old guard with his final match, and I think
Yeah.
it needs to be a real passing of the torch moment.
And I'll go for my next selection. I do want to see Cena versus Cody Rhodes.
That's exactly who I think is final.
So yeah, that
If we don't get Cena Orton at Mania,
yeah
then I think Cena Orton should close it out, right?
yeah
But I think logically, Cena and Orton have never had a one-on-one match at Mania. This is their final chance to do it. It's John Cena's final WrestleMania to be against the guy who he's wrestled literally hundreds of times.
yeah
I think that's perfect for Mania. And I
that
think,
would. But I do think they're going Orton versus Rhodes at Mania. I think that's when that's going to happen.
do you know what? I'd be okay with that if,
If Cena wins the Rumble and goes after Gunther for the world title, yeah.
no. Orton beats Rhodes for the title.
Yeah,
Cena beats Orton 17 time.
yeah.
Orton beats Cena.
Then they've both got so then there. Well, no, that'll
Yeah,
be Orton's 16th point because he's on 14
that would put Orton on 16,
and
and
Cena on
then
17
and then Orton is still tied with
with
Flair,
Flair. Yeah,
and then because that's and yeah, that's what I do. Cody, I think, would have to be the final, because Cena. Do you remember when Cena used to do the triple A,
yeah,
hit
yeah.
it, then do the roll? Could get a triple A, triple crossroads. I think it'd be just spot fest.
Yeah.
See, I think
I think
Cena
because of the
KO.
history with Legacy and Cena, I
Yeah,
think
yeah,
Cody Rhodes being the guy that Orton used to send out against Cena to lose to Cena on a regular basis. Look how far Cody's come. Makes absolute sense.
yeah. I want to see Cena KO one more time.
Yeah. That's
I,
your fourth, isn't it? If
I,
I'm counting that right,
I
you've done four or three. Yeah. Yeah, Cena KO. I agree.
Trick, Trick, Rock,
Orton.
KO, Orton,
No, no, you said Angle.
Angle KO. Yes, they're my fourth.
Yeah, we were just talking about Orton in general. We haven't
Yeah.
actually used him as a pick.
No, because
Because
we
we've
said he
said
was too.
before that, yeah, we weren't going to
Yeah,
count it.
he's
Yeah.
too obvious. Yeah.
Yeah. And I used Cody as pick number three. So, yeah, KO. I mean, there's not really a lot to say about it other than it just be a brilliant match. So,
Yeah, just like it would be, I think, a nice because you're kind of bookending a lot of things in Cena's run
yeah.
if, with how we're booking it, right? If
Yeah,
it were
yeah.
to happen, if you get Angle in there for a match, that's the start to end bookend sort of happened. It's there.
Yeah.
His first opponent, and then he gets to face his first opponent in his last run. The KO thing, because that's how KO came up to the main roster.
Yeah.
So there's that. The Rock obviously would be the trilogy.
Yeah.
Finally gets finished. I would love to see AJ, but I don't think
I
he'll be
was going to
fit.
do that for my fourth pick, man. God damn it. But he's going to be injured out of it. Yeah.
I'm pretty sure he's the
He's got a
same.
long,
It's,
his latest injury is supposed to be a long term one, isn't it?
yeah, so I don't know if we'll get that in time, as amazing as that would be.
Yeah. I'd like to see Sami Zayn. You said KO. I'm going to say Sami Zayn because of the open challenge thing and how they both came to the main
Yeah,
roster as part of Cena's open challenge.
and this time Sammy's shoulder stays in.
And you have those two before Kurt Angle. Kurt Angle ends the open challenge. So
Yes,
you have people that have answered his open challenge. You have complete like unexpected opponents like Trick and some others doing open challenge. If they do go that route, obviously. Then you have Owens and Zayn because that's how they both debuted on Raw. Then got called up from NXT. And then his last open challenge is Kurt Angle.
yeah, because then you could
And
have
Kurt Angle
Cena.
wins on Raw, so they have a pay-per-view match instead. Cena wins the pay-per-view.
No, I think with Angle you've got to have just one match,
Yeah.
and I think you've got either Cena or Angle saying the line, "If you're gonna beat me, you're gonna need more than ruthless aggression."
Literally, Angle tells him he needs it. That's how they
You
do it,
could
yeah.
have Angle as his first, like if Cena doesn't win the Rumble,
Yeah.
and then he loses at say Chamber,
Yeah.
have Cena come out and say that, almost look desperate, like I need a win before Mania. I can't
Like when he did the
open,
Undertaker thing
yeah,
of I've had
open
a bad
chat,
year, I need
yeah,
this. Yeah.
yeah. He's like, someone come out here. I need it. Angle comes out full gear, and he's like, you need ruthless aggression. That's what you had when you came in. You need it to go out, and then Kurt Bitch slaps Cena. They
Yeah,
get their match. Nice Raw match. Good main event.
yeah, done.
Hire us.
We're very cheap.
Would you?
I'm just going to make a joke again that I'm not going to make. That's two episodes in a row where I've had to stop myself from making a poopy joke. And so we've done four each. Who's your number five?
Number five. There's like so many coming through my head. Um, I'm not gonna say Hendry because I think it'd be very cool for Hendry. I don't think it would be that cool for Cena. No disrespect
No,
to Hendry.
but like you said
Um,
on last week's episode, those two interacting in the Rumble would be great, and
yeah,
that's all it needs. Yeah.
yeah. I think personally that's all it would need. Um, obviously, I'd
And
love to
obviously, we're not
say
mentioning the Rumble as one of these things because we know he's in it. He's already said the Rumble's his last Royal Rumble, hasn't he? So,
yeah. So he's gonna be in it. He'll probably be
yeah.
the
So
Iron Man, to be honest. Like just to have that performance.
whoever eliminates him could be his Mania opponent,
Yeah,
realistically. But the
absolutely.
way we're booking it, I prefer.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's like because of unfortunate circumstances, we can't say things like Triple H because of that rivalry. Obviously, he can't get in the ring again.
Same with Sean.
Same with, I mean,
Same,
Sean could, but I don't think he would. Although
no,
I wouldn't be surprised if they really pitched, if Cena really wanted it and pitched it to Sean, like, we can do this. And the memory of you being in the ring for the last time isn't Saudi.
yeah.
That would be amazing, but I'm not.
And get the Undertaker involved in
Nah,
that somehow,
I
like a
don't think you.
random like lights out gong. Then
Yeah,
some form of cameo.
something.
Yeah,
Maybe in like a. You remember when they did the Ric Flair thing on Raw?
yeah,
Give Cena one. You know what I mean? All right, here's mine. And I want this man to get the win. Uh, I would love him to win clean, but I feel like for his character, it's got to be dirty. Dominic Mysterio. I
yeah,
want Dirty Dom to have a win over Cena
yeah.
because I genuinely want Dom to be a world champion, and I want him
Yeah,
to
no,
be.
I agree. I think Dom
I
has,
want him to be a world champion that never fucking wins clean.
yeah,
Very Eddie Guerrero. Live
he's
yeah, hit him
he's
with the
on a
belt.
different
Boom.
level to anyone else on Raw at the moment. Dom is, and it's
Imagine
amazing.
you know how Eddie won the title from Brock, right? With
Yeah,
the ref bump, boom,
Goldberg. Yeah,
the Goldberg, the belt to the head. He wins that way. Crowd goes crazy. Imagine Dom beats Gunther that way.
yeah.
The crowd ain't gonna go crazy in a good way, but it would be
Oh, that would be
perfect.
amazing. Yeah.
But I would love Dominic Mysterio versus Cena.
Dom gets the match against Gunther. Goldberg runs in at the Elimination Chamber. So you get Gunther Goldberg at Mania and Dom is world champ. Eddie
Yes,
style. Yes. And then Ray challenges for the world
Dom
title
versus
in a
Dom
title versus
title
career.
versus
There
title
we go.
versus yeah. No, oh, we double barrel it. Title and hair versus career and mask.
Yes. Yeah. And
Boom.
then, yeah. WWE bookers. Hire us, man.
Literally. Literally.
So, so Dom's your fifth.
Yeah.
And a very, very good one. So, out of everyone on the roster at the moment, I mean,
Otis.
one match, one match that I'd like to see just purely because I think it would be a great match. And I like Roman. I think is an obvious one. Seth's an obvious one, but I think
Oh
as
shit,
part,
Seth, yeah.
yeah, but I think
Their
that's going to
whole
be an obvious thing because like when
yeah.
if we did book any
Yeah,
sort of.
yeah.
But I also who I'd love to see him face off with, just because I think the match would be amazing. Jacob Fatu. I think Jacob Fatu is gonna
That
next
would
year is gonna
be
be the year of Fatu. I mean, like this year, they've
yes.
already been booking him like a monster.
Yeah.
He is a bigger threat than Solo in the Bloodline. I think Jacob Fatu versus John Cena needs to happen.
Modern day John Cena and Umaga kind of match.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Shit, yeah.
Because Cena's last pay-per-view match was against Solo and
Oh,
stuff. He's had that Solo feud already. They could carry that on, and Solo could say,
yeah.
"I'm not facing you unless you beat Jacob." Jacob Fatu, John Cena, done.
random match throwing out there, not like a cheeky six pick, but just want your
Yeah,
thoughts on this. It could be an open challenge match, whatever. John Cena versus a modern day Jey Uso.
that'd be awesome.
I feel like the crowd would love that.
Yeah.
The crowd would be all over that.
What if, hypothetically, we talked about Survivor Series and the fifth man thing earlier on. What if Cena's last Survivor, like, what if Cena is actually going to come out earlier than the Rumble? What if Cena's the fifth man?
Nah, Cena's got
I can't see them doing it, but like,
it
I
wouldn't
could
make
see it being a WWE thing to do like they did with Orton last year.
no,
Because Cena
because
and Solo was the last was his
yeah,
last pay-per-view loss.
but then you also had Cena beefing with Roman for ages. It would make no
Yeah, yeah.
sense. It makes no sense for anyone to join Roman's
No,
team or Solos. That's the thing.
I
That's
know.
why it would
4v4
make.
seems to be the
That's why it would
that
make
makes more
perfect
logical.
sense for WWE to bring in Hikuleo for Solo,
Yeah,
and then they find that out the week before, and Roman's like, I gotta do everything myself. Let me make calls, and then we get Zilla Fatu
yeah. Or
on.
Brock.
Nah.
Brock with
Well,
Heyman. Heyman brings Brock.
yes, that would be
That would be
amazing.
amazing. Yeah,
Yeah,
Heyman brings
that's what I
Brock.
want. That's what I
Yeah.
want. Yes.
And you get, and then after they win, Brock F5's Roman for the sheer fucking lols of it.
Yeah, that'd be good. So I've just had like five different pod ideas for this to just point on my head.
Yeah, maybe next week.
I think at some point we need to do one about people we want as Heyman guys.
Yeah,
I feel like that could
while
be a very
spotlighting some like really good Heyman guys. Yeah, yeah,
yes,
yeah.
absolutely. Yeah.
Okay, well, thank you, Connor, and thank you everyone for listening. And check us out on YouTube if you have. And if this is our 400th video, great, awesome, thanks, guys. Um, yeah, thank you for listening on Spotify. If you're one of the two people that have done that so far, that aren't me, because I know I'm number 3 on there. But yeah.
If you're the other person who listens on Spotify.
Oh yeah, there's 2 of us. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. True. Uh, yeah. So, God damn it! What a sign off. Right, we'll see you all next week.